I was about to straight up shit my pants.
She's gonna blow.
Right. Like, I was, like, farting on the date, like, silently. Like, you couldn't hear it, but, like, I was farting, and I was like, oh, my God, I really hope these don't smell, because he's gonna be like, where's that coming from? Is it coming from the cute girl? I don't know. Welcome back to our show. Welcome to Gin and Toxic. I'm Christina.
And I'm Lily.
And honestly, guys, starting off once again, this is only second episode, and I'm like, you already know the drill.
You know
like,
what it is.
You know, what's the most toxic thing we've done this week? But here's the thing, because this is the beginning of the show, and we're only 2 episodes in, we recorded episode 1 yesterday, and today we're recording episode 2. So what's the most toxic thing we've done this week? We don't necessarily have something that we've done in 24 hours.
We shared it with you yesterday.
Exactly. We shared it with you in episode 1. So we're going to, instead of talking about what's the most toxic thing we've done this week, instead, in the first episode, we did mention that we were going to a JoJo concert.
Not JoJo Siwa.
Yes,
Jesus
not to be
Christ.
mistaken with our Lord and Savior, JoJo Siwa. What's her username on Instagram? I am JoJo. Yes.
You know, too little too late.
Exactly.
Get out, leave right now.
Anyways, yeah, we went to a JoJo concert last night at the, what's it called? The Williamsburg.
Music Hall of Williamsburg.
Music Hall of Williamsburg, yes.
Best
and
venue.
Exactly.
So
that was I've never been there for a concert. That was a really cool venue.
It's so good.
I like the bar that they have downstairs and upstairs.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, but so we went there, we saw Miss JoJo, it ended up working out perfectly because we got the tickets from my friend Jen over at Warner. She was like, hey, I have some concert tickets, like, go see our girl JoJo. And me and Lily were like, oh my God, leave, get out right now.
Yeah, wouldn't miss that for
let's
the world,
go.
Really.
Yeah, so we went. And it was great. And one of Lily's friends works there. So we ended up getting like VIP, which was
Shout out to Ronan. Thank you so much.
Incredible.
He's gotten me into so many shows there. He's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we were, VIP at JoJo on a Monday
Exactly.
night.
Trying to like squeeze our way through. There were like so many people standing at the railing. We were like, we need to get in here because we weren't seeing shit for a while.
Yeah.
And we were, me and Lily were like, I'm like, it's fine. Like, we just have to tell somebody, can you please move over a little bit? And we'd be like, okay, let's do it.
And then I had social anxiety.
Right.
And I was like, sure, no, I'm fine with not seeing anything at all. I'll just stand in the back.
Exactly. Eventually we got like to the railing.
Yes.
We wiggled in and it was great. But yeah, she killed it. The stage presence crazy and
underrated queen.
Underrated. So underrated. She has incredible vocals. Like, truly astonishing.
Bring JoJo back, everybody.
Right. Like, she said that she wrote that song and recorded it, like, leave, get out right now, whatever.
When she was
12.
12 years old.
12 making bangers like that.
I still don't know if I have talent.
Right.
I'm 10 years older than that. Like,
that
what?
shit was wild.
Crazy.
But yeah, she said she was on stage. She's like, yeah, like, this song that I recorded when I was 12 years old, like, made such an impact on my life. And I was like, oh my God, like, what? I was playing with like Polly Pockets at 12.
Literally.
Not recording bangers. Like, who was she even singing about? Like,
right. I know you're 12 years old. Like, who are you
like,
writing songs
leave,
about?
get out. It's the end of you and me.
Like, get out of where? Your parents'
Yeah,
house?
because I know about her, and I wonder, who is she? Who is the girl in question? Get her on the podcast. Who is the girl that you wrote about in Leave? Was it you or was it your writers?
No, we're gonna have JoJo on the podcast.
We're going
I'm
to
manifesting that.
Oh, we
right
absolutely
now.
we have a foolproof plan, people.
Yeah,
like,
it's happening.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get her on the show.
Stay tuned for that.
Right.
Anyway,
another thing that we noticed though at the show was her fans are like, she has like a cult, very like crazy following of fans. Yeah. Who would have known?
Like,
We're
would
like,
you have guessed that JoJo had a cult following? Like,
she's just one of those people that you think like, okay, like, she had like her moment, whatever, like back then. Yeah, she's doing great now, but holy shit, she packed out that
people
venue. Oh my gosh, going crazy. There was that one girl in the crowd that like had her song lyrics on her shirt. Remember? I don't know if you noticed that. She like pointed it out. Like, Oh my gosh.
I
What was
also
it?
went a little too crazy though.
Oh yeah. We went a little
that would be the
when
point
she
of the
started
story, by the
singing.
way.
Forget it. When she was like, she did the encore and she sang that song with Tory Lanez. What is it called? Comeback.
Yeah, I didn't have a voice this morning.
Right.
And I'm like, who would have thought I would lose my voice at a JoJo concert on a Monday night?
Right.
Also, we ended the night with a shot.
Oh,
a double.
that was so bad.
It
Well,
was a double.
first of all, we started the night, so her opener ended up canceling. So we didn't have to get to the venue until later, but we were already in Brooklyn, so we're like, let's go get drinks. So we went and we got like these tequila, Prosecco drinks, whatever. They were cool, great, wonderful. Also, prior to recording our episode yesterday, had like 2.5 cocktails because we had 2 full cocktails and then we were sipping on like a tequila drink while we were recording.
We were in it.
We were pretty deep in it. Yeah. And then we had drinks at the show. And then after, Ronan's like, come on, we're doing tequila shots. And we were like,
oh my God, of course we're doing tequila shots.
Right.
Like, it's a Monday night. Like, why not do a tequila shot? I have work at 7 a.m.
Right.
But like, you know, it's one little
It's the beauty
shot.
in rallying.
Yes. I thought nothing of it. But then I take this shot and I'm like, oh, okay, so that was a double.
Right.
And as soon as I took it, I was like, oh, that's just not sitting right with me.
See, I didn't even, you took the whole thing. That shot was so fucking fat. I only took half of it.
I was just like, here we go, baby.
Yeah, I took half of it and I was like, oh my God, can't do it. Poured the rest of it into my chaser, which was like a tiny thing of Sprite. So it still tasted just as awful while sipping on it. But oh my God, we did that and that did it in for us. We were both in like our Uber going home and I get home and I'm like texting Lily and I'm like, damn, like I'm way more drunk than I thought I was. Like, I don't know if it started hitting me in the Uber, but like by the time I got to my apartment building, I was like stumbling through the door.
I stumbled in the door.
Right.
And Sammy looked at me, my boyfriend, and was like, oh, okay, here we go. I was like,
Right.
oh yeah, no, I'm belligerent right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm belligerent. And I woke up in the middle of the night to go pee at like 4 a.m. Still drunk.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does. Woke up to go to work this morning. Stomach, that wasn't right. That I could still taste that last shot in my mouth.
That's literally like, that's how I felt. Oh my gosh, this is going to be another podcast episode. But the night that we went to the strip club. That's a
whole episode.
That's a whole other episode. But that day, that's the weirdest feeling when you go to bed and you wake up and you're still drunk.
Yeah.
That was how I felt.
Yeah.
Like, I passed out at Martine's, woke up at like because we didn't get home till like 3:30 a.m. I think I woke up at like 7 a.m. Yeah. I remember waking up I think like 7 a.m. to go pee and I was still pissed drunk. And then I fell back asleep till like 1:30 p.m.
Has to be done.
Yeah, like
The
those days
unfortunate
just
thing
happen.
is I had to wake up at 7 today.
Yeah,
I was
she has to work,
arguably
like,
still tipsy at this point. Like I
Right.
got to work and I was like, should I be here?
Yeah,
Or,
like this is questionable.
How does this work?
Is this a hangover or is this still tequila talking?
Yeah, like am I still drunk? That was the
Right.
question at that point. But sobered up. It was a rough morning. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that was our toxic act of this week.
I guess
the second
so.
one.
Monday night
Blackout at
a JoJo
For
concert.
what?
Right.
Like,
Anyways,
for what?
JoJo, if you're listening to this queen, we
love
saw your
you.
Savage X Fenty posts. We love you.
Right.
We love that for you.
Queen
We think
behavior.
we think you're brilliant. We think you're hot. And come on the show. Come on the podcast. Me and Lily were talking about we're gonna get a stamp that when we go out and we see somebody that we want to come on the show, even if it's just like some random ass person that we meet and we're like, oh my God, this is hilarious. We're gonna have one of those stamps. And it's going to say, come on the podcast with like our business inquiries email. We're going to like stamp it on their hand.
Like imagine someone just comes up to you at a bar and just puts a stamp on your hand.
And you look
Come on our
down. Yeah,
podcast.
come on the podcast.
I'd be like, oh, hell yeah.
You're right. That's genius. Like we were
Right.
talking about it because like those TikTok videos went viral a while back of the girls that would put their numbers on a stamp at the bar and like any guy that they saw that was like cute or that they were like getting along with, they would stamp it on them. So we're like, let's do that.
With a twist.
With a little twist.
With a little bit of a twist.
A little twist that nobody's expecting.
Come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast, guys. Come on.
Today's topic, if you will, is going to be the boyfriend episode.
The BFs.
The BF, man, boys, love them.
Yes.
Sometimes, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Keyword. No.
Pretty much.
We titled in our notes the boyfriends for this episode. It's going to have a better name eventually, but that's what we're working with.
Yeah, surely
for
we'll
right
think of
now.
something.
Yeah, we could think of something in the next few weeks. But yeah, we're calling it the boyfriend episode because like Lily was saying earlier, obviously we don't want to talk about our boyfriends like a million times in the show. This is not
We're
the
not going to be those
boyfriend.
girls.
Yeah.
We're not going to be those girls.
We're not going to be those people. However, when they do come up in stories, y'all are going to need some context.
I need to paint you the picture.
Right.
In detail. I need you to understand from point A to now what went down.
Exactly. So this is the painting the picture episode, if you will.
Essentially how we met them.
Yeah, it's how we met them and some other stuff. So, okay, so we're starting off with how Lily and her boyfriend met Sammy, because it's just, it's a Hallmark movie.
It is.
It's an actual Hallmark movie.
I'll have to agree with that.
Yeah, go off.
For sure. So, yeah, pretty much this all happened in April of 2019. And it's just a classic story of like when you don't want a relationship and when you're not looking for anything.
Yep.
There it is. Which if you're single and you're looking for something, highly recommend just kind of focusing on yourself.
Highly recommend not.
Yeah. Maybe don't. But if you must, I highly recommend. It's so cliche, but I feel like the same thing with you happened. Working on yourself and just kind of
my gosh,
being
yeah,
happy with like
absolutely.
being single and like having fun with your friends. And for me at the time, it was really, really focusing on my career. Because I wasn't focusing on boys, because I did have a little boy crazy phase a few months before meeting Sammy. But yeah, I was just so focused on my career at that time. And I literally just bumped into this man. And I was like, oh, okay. So
Right.
change of plans.
We're going down this simpy route now.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, this all happened on, to be specific, April 13th, which was a Saturday, which will be important later. I promise. So
interesting.
Yeah. So basically, a few weeks before this day, I got asked to do my first Vogue cover.
Crazy.
And yeah, I was an intern at the time. I was like, what is going on? How am I getting this job? And it was that weekend of the 13th, and the actual shoot was the 14th on Sunday. And it was with Miss Rihanna herself. Go off.
Of course, Miss Riri, Miss
Yeah,
Fenty.
very casual of me. So that whole week was spent like preparing for the shoot, working nonstop. Saturday comes around. I work like 11 or 12 hours that day. I get on the subway to go home. At the time, I lived in Bushwick, which is in Brooklyn. So I get on the J train. If you know, you
already know.
She's not great, but she does the job. I get on the J train. And I'm going over the bridge I couldn't tell you which bridge, whatever. Going over the bridge to get to Brooklyn. And I notice I'm sitting alone on the train, headphones in. And there's this group of people on the train. And they're being pretty loud, getting kind of rowdy. Everyone's kind of looking over. I take a headphone out. I'm like, I'm just a nosy bitch. Like, I have to know what's going on.
What are they talking about?
Yeah. And then I notice, I'm like, oh, they're just like drunk and fun. Like, love that for them. And they were all like cute and like whatever. And there was one girl with them and then like 4 or 5 boys. And then with further observation, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Am I picking up an Irish accent? Would that be an Irish accent? Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, and that one in particular is very cute.
Right.
So, for whatever reason, I'm just kind of looking over at him, giving him the eye, Sammy, obviously.
Of course.
But like, whatever. I always stared at cute boys on the subway.
Oh, yeah. That's like a thing. Like, when I was
it is, for sure.
It is. Where
Subway
you're like, I found my soulmate on the sea today.
And
like,
it was so funny because at this time I was like single and I wasn't boy crazy, but I was definitely not boy crazy.
Right.
And I would always text my friend Hannah and make jokes about how I would like fall in love on the train, or there's another cute boy in the train, and she would always like try to get me to say something to them, but I was like, absolutely not.
No, it's like an unspoken rule.
Thing.
Yeah, like it's like
absolutely
you don't make the move. You definitely should, but you just don't,
right.
because
Which
you're like,
now I recommend you do
making the move.
Make the move, girl. But basically I'm just kind of staring at them because like everyone on the train was looking over at them. They were being drunk and loud. And
of course.
Now knowing Sammy and
now,
his drunk
exactly.
self, do you see why I was staring?
I was just gonna say that, like, now knowing him and his friends, like, if you know them, that makes this 10 times more hilarious.
Like, they're so fun and it's like contagious. You just like want to be a part of it. You're just like, oh my god, they're drunk and fun. I love that.
Like they're just rallying. They're having a great time.
Exactly. They just like were giving me the best vibe. So I'm looking over at them. And I guess what one of the girl, her name is Sal. Shout out Sal. You are the best ever.
Queen.
We're still great friends to this day. She looked over at Sammy and was like, hey, that little redhead over there is looking at you and like laughing at all your jokes. And all of a sudden I'm looking at Sammy. He's like, wait, she's laughing at my jokes? Which, like, again,
a
now
pretty
that
girl
we know
is
him,
talking to me.
Yeah, and like laughing at my jokes.
Right.
Like, what's happening? And so he comes over to me. I have my phone in my hand, like kind of upright, but obviously the camera was not on. And he's like, "Are you taking a picture of me?" And I was like, I'm like, "Excuse me." Like, I had such an attitude with like random men talking to me. I was like, "Sorry, what?" And then I'm like, "Wait, he's like really cute." And
like,
like,
tone
he
it
has
down,
an
tone it down,
Irish
tone it
accent.
down.
Yeah, but seriously, if this was anyone else, I would just tell them to fuck off. I'd be like, "Stop talking to me." It's like, it's nighttime on the train. This is sketchy. Like, don't like this.
You also had the longest fucking day ever.
Yeah, had like a 12-hour day. The next day at 7 a.m. had to be on set with Rihanna. Like, I was just not, I was like looking over at them, but I like wasn't looking over at them to get their attention at all. So he comes up to me and he just starts talking to me, and I was like, wait, this guy's like amazing.
Right.
And so I just started having a conversation with him, and immediately was just like, "Oh my God, are you from Ireland? Like, that's so cool. I was thinking about going there next year." We just kind of hit it off. And then the girl walks over and I start talking to like all their friends, and they're like, "Hey, the train's about to stop at the next stop." This all happened within like 5 minutes going over the bridge to get to Brooklyn. I was like, "Oh, it's actually my stop to go to my apartment." They were like, "How about you just come to one bar with us? We know you have this big shoot tomorrow, with Rihanna." They were like, "Who is this girl? She has a shoot with Rihanna tomorrow." I'm like, "No, it's not. I'm like an intern. I'm like bringing them coffee. Like, it's not like that." But they were like, "How about you get off the train with us and come to the bar?" And I was like, that is so sketchy. Like, I don't know you guys. Like, that is weird.
So sketchy. I'm in.
Let's go right now. Basically what happened.
Exactly.
And it's just funny because like everyone who I told right after this happened were like, "Lily, you did what?" Like, that's just not me. I usually like, I don't want to make myself sound like mean, but I usually would tell people to fuck off.
No,
I'd be
my God.
I would
That's
feel like
just
this
how
is
it
weird.
is here.
Like, I wouldn't feel safe, but I don't know, guys.
You just had a feeling.
I
We
had
talked
an
about this
instinct.
yesterday, the gut feeling.
Yeah, the gut feeling,
the gut
man.
feeling is
that
so
shit is real.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I don't know, there was the girl, Sal, really made me feel so comfortable.
Yeah, that's good that there was a girl there. Like,
I don't think I would have maybe like
her
gotten
guys.
his number, but I don't think I would have gone to a bar.
Right, yeah.
So we get off the train. I'm like, "Here we go." We go to a bar, and the whole time, like, everyone kind of started walking ahead of us, and I'm just in the back with Sammy, and he's like asking me all these questions, and we're talking, and I'm like, "Wait, what's going on? Why is he so cool? Like, this is weird." We get to the bar. I sit there with him for like, I think it was almost 5 hours, just me and him sitting at the bar, drink after drink after drink. I'm getting a little too drunk.
Wasted. And
that was that pretty much. Like, I dated him from then on out, from the night we met to now. So we met on the subway, went to a bar, and then I had to leave, obviously, because I had my shoot in the morning and it was getting really late. And I get home, I am so drunk, and I'm like, "Oh, cool, I have to wake up at like 5:30 tomorrow for a shoot with Rihanna."
I am pissed drunk.
Yeah,
I just
so
went
drunk.
to a random bar with a random Irish man.
And in the back of my head,
5
I was
hours.
genuinely thinking, I doubt I'm ever going to see that guy again. That was so random. And like, I didn't even really tell anyone about it, like, at the time. But the next day I did post a close friend story, telling like about my random night out with this group of random Irish people. And me and Sammy, for some reason, because we were so drunk, took a bunch of pictures together the night we met, because we literally thought we would never see each other again. We were like, I don't know, we were just drunk and being
I think I've seen this photo.
Yeah, they're so fun. And we have like videos of us
photo.
like drunk at the bar. But I was recording him because I was like gonna send it to the girls the next day and be like, "Guys, what happened last night? Who is this random man?" Yeah.
That's the best. Drunk photos are the best.
The best with random people. It's just like, what's going on?
When your mom came into town and we went to that one bar and got like blackout drunk off of like Pink Whitney, and I brought that random guy that I met from Luke. You remember?
Oh, I remember.
And he like came, and oh my God, once again, a story for another podcast, because I ended up blacking out on his bathroom floor. But that was iconic because I still have photos of my camera rolled.
So
you know what?
good.
We didn't even take them on my phone. We took them on your ex-roommate's phone, and she sent them to me the next day when we were sober.
Oh my
and
God.
she was like, What
happened?
fuck?
Yeah, what happened?
Like, who is
drunk
this
photos
man?
feel like evidence. They're like evidence. Like, I woke up the next day and like was looking at my camera roll after meeting Sammy and was like, "Wait, who is this man? Like, what was I doing?
Right.
Like,
What
this
was
was
I
so random of me
thinking?
by myself to go to a bar. Like, what? That's so weird." So Sunday rolls around. I go to my Rihanna shoot, so hungover. It was still fabulous, in case anyone's wondering.
Queen. We love her. Fenty Queen.
And then I go to visit my parents that week. I get back the next Saturday, and Sammy comes over to hang out that night already. Like, second weekend. We were texting like the whole week. Like, can't wait to see you. Like, so cringe.
Oh my God.
And, like, I think both of us now were like, ew, I can't believe we were saying that, because we're just like, I would refuse, even if I liked a guy at the time, I would refuse to simp over a guy.
Oh,
because
same.
I was like way too cool. Like,
I
played
swear
so
to
hard
God,
to get.
like the first like several months, me and Martine weren't even dating when we were like in that weird in between talking phase. Swear to God, I just straight up bullied this man for like 5 months, and he just took
that shit
until I finally broke the barrier.
Pretty
and I was like,
much.
okay, I'm gonna be a simp now.
Yeah. I was, sadly, and Sammy, I think he could probably agree, like, we simped immediately. Like,
Yeah.
and it was so weird because both of us, like, the first time we hung out, like, properly, not at the bar, when he came over to my apartment, we both were like, this is so, like, why do I like you? This is so weird. Like, I
Why do
hate
I like
this.
you?
Yeah.
Why do you like me?
I was like, I just met you and I like want to hang out with you. Like, this is weird.
Strange.
Yeah, it was
Very
a
weird.
foreign concept for me to like have a healthy crush on somebody.
Healthy relationship? I've never
Yeah,
heard of
no,
her.
literally never heard of her. At that time in my life, I was like, this is weird. And you're like older and like very mature. And,
Right.
yeah, all the
When
things.
I posted on my close friends list today, being like, if you guys have any like toxic confessions, send them in. One of my friends ended up replying to me, and she goes, my toxic confession is my whole relationship.
Oh.
I know.
I feel that.
Right. I was like, right. I literally replied to her and I go, right.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
couldn't agree more with
Felt.
that statement. So we hang out for the first time properly at my apartment the following weekend after we met. And Sammy shows up and he has like a big bag with him.
Please don't tell me, was it that like, okay,
The duffel bag.
the black duffel bag
Oh my
that he
God,
brings
this
everywhere.
man
Was it
carries a
different?
duffel bag with him because he goes from work to the gym to like.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
Yeah, on my
He's
21st
notorious for
birthday. Right, on my 21st birthday, like me and Martine and Paige or whatever, we were the last ones to leave the bar. And we're leaving the bar and the bartender's like, oh, like someone forgot their bag. And I was like, someone forgot their bag. And I turned around and remember it was Sammy's duffel bag.
Oh, he's like left it on multiple nights out. And I'm like, Sammy,
Oh, so bad.
Like, you have this whole, like, you didn't lose your wallet, but you left a whole duffel
whole
bag
bag
at
of
the
things.
bar. Like,
Right.
And somehow he always gets it back, though. So,
Like, that's absolutely. I left my credit card at the bar once and had a full-blown panic attack and went back like
Jesus
that
Christ.
night, like piss drunk to go get it. The bar like called me. I don't even know how they have my number.
it happens all the Sammy does it every weekend.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. They
Sammy,
like
you know it's true. I
Yeah,
know
they
you're listening. You know it's true.
they called me at like 5 a.m. and they were like, hi, we're closing out and we have your card. Like, you forgot to close your tab. And I was at like some random diner with like Raquel and Amanda and like everybody.
Like an hour away, and you're like, I'm coming right now.
No, literally, I left the diner and I was like, see ya. And I went all the way back to fucking, I don't even know where we were. I think like Midtown East. And at that time, I wasn't even living in this apartment yet. I was living on the Upper West Side, like
Oh,
deep
God.
into the Upper West Side. So I was
No.
like, fuck. Like, oh, that sucked. Anyways, though, go on.
Welcome to the Gin and Toxic podcast, where we
Right.
get so sidetracked
I know.
every 4 seconds.
That's
Like,
the beauty.
that's a part of it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
That
yesterday,
is the
like, that's the
podcast.
beauty of podcasting.
Yeah.
You get so sidetracked, and one story turns into a million, and that's why the episodes end up being so fucking long.
Yeah.
but that's what people want.
We
I
love
think.
it. We're giving it to you.
Right. We're giving you what we want.
If
What
you don't
we
love
think.
it, that sucks.
Yeah, it
because
sucks for you because we're enjoying it.
we do this in our real life conversations, though. Like, me
Yeah.
and Christina cannot have like a linear conversation.
Right.
Like, 12 stories get thrown into one
Right.
very simple story. Like, I'm literally just talking about the first time Sammy came over, and we're like, oh my God.
that one time I left my credit card at the bar,
Yeah,
like
like,
blacked
how are we
out with
here?
that guy
How
that
did
I
we
met
get
through
here?
like all over the place. Okay, so let's.
Everyone right now is like, shut up.
I know. Bring
Shut
it back.
up. We're
Come
bringing
back.
it back.
Yes.
Okay.
Bring it back.
Shows
Okay.
up at my
Wait.
door.
But was it the duffel bag? Or was it a different duffel bag?
I'm trying to remember if it was a duffel bag or like a really big backpack. It wasn't the duffel bag though. 'cause
Okay.
She's new.
That would have been so funny if it was
So
the duffel
iconic.
bag.
It could. I think it was a duffel bag though. Anyways,
I don't know. Anyways.
a big bag. Okay.
Yeah.
I opened the door. He has a big bag with him, and I was like, hey, like, you know, I thought he was just coming over for like a little movie night, little cuddle, little movie night. He walks in and I'm like, oh, okay, you have like a big bag with you, and he like brings it into my room, and I was like, wait, why do you have a big bag with you?
What is
like,
in there?
Oh, he's like, oh yeah, I just brought like my toothbrush and like my pajama, like whatever, just like my stuff. And I was like, why'd you do
Why?
that? Or like, the trains run late, like you can go home, like it's fine. And he was like, oh, I'm like, I'm sleeping over. And I was like, oh, you're sleeping over? Oh.
Who decided that?
I have a lot of rules against this, actually. This is not in the handbook. This is not in the hot girl handbook. Like,
right.
First night, sleeping. I don't know about that. I was like, I said to him, we'll see. You know, I'm glad you have your stuff in case of an emergency. There's no guarantees.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
I might just kick you out.
Yeah, I might kick you out. Spoiler alert, though, I did not.
Right.
And I'm really glad I didn't. It seemed to have worked out. We do live together now, and we have
right.
a cat, which is great. So it worked out. But another funny detail. I'm sorry, Sammy. I have to tell it. It's good.
Sammy.
It has to be told. It
Close
adds
your
something.
ears, Sammy.
It adds something to the story. He had been bragging to me the whole week that we were texting after meeting about this projector he had.
Oh, I remember
okay,
this.
projectors are really cool, but like this man was
like going off about the projector.
As if he like made it. I was like, okay.
He built the projector.
No, but to be fair, he's proud of his projector. It is lit. So he brings it to my apartment, which was cute. That's a cute idea, like set up a little movie night. And then he was like, oh, I actually forgot the cord for it. So it really just killed the whole vibe, because that was like the plan. Like that was what we were doing for the night. Setting up the projector. I ordered pizza, whatever. Didn't have the cord. So there was that.
There goes the projector.
But to later find out, he did leave the cord at another girl's apartment.
Right.
He did do that. He did do that. No, he did. It's true. So I guess, you know, maybe I wasn't the first girl he did it with, but I was the last, bitches.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Might not be the first, but I am the last.
Period. Yeah. Sorry, Sammy. That was a crucial detail, I feel.
Right.
It just adds something to the story. But yeah, so no projector. We ended up just watching a movie on my laptop, and that was that. We've been together ever since. But yeah, then we met, and a month later, I went on a 3-month trip to Europe, which was weird because we were like, are we dating, or like what's happening? Like, are you going to wait for me? What's the tea? But clearly it all worked out.
Yeah,
so.
no. What would your ship name be? Would it be Silly?
Oh, Lammy.
Lammy.
Oh my God.
Lammy or Silly.
Yeah, we say Lammy a lot.
Lammy.
Ew, that's
so
cringe.
funny.
No, we don't. I'm sorry, Sammy. We do not, we do not say it. No, we do. Lammy.
Lammy. Those are both two really great like either Lammy or Silly.
They're both great.
They're
Can't
both
go wrong.
Fantastic.
The people want Lammy merch now.
Right.
We have to give
Lammy.
it to them.
Oh my god. Imagine having Sammy's face on merch. When Sammy
I would scream.
When Sammy modeled for Bitchy,
that was the best day of my life.
That was the greatest day. Oh, there's my fucking birth control alarm.
Christina's birth control alarm on her phone has ruined several moments of my life.
Right.
Including right now.
Oh, you know what? I have another one that's supposed to go off at 9:30. I should probably shut that.
Yeah, maybe shut that.
Oopsie. Lily ended up one time, she completely grilled me for being the girl.
I like went off.
I was
like mad
on
at
me.
you. I was
for
mad at you.
Being the girl that every time her birth control alarm goes off, she has to announce it.
Yeah.
Because my alarm would go off.
Whore.
You know what? It's just like, I can just like not say anything about it. And now I don't say anything about it because of you. But she was like,
keep that shit to
you're
yourself.
One of those bitches that every time the birth control alarm
oh my
goes
god,
off,
I have to take my birth control.
You gotta announce
take
it.
Yeah.
I know. You know what? Just for the longest time, I was like, people are probably like, why, guys at least, why the fuck do you have an alarm going off at 9 p.m.?
So you felt like you had to explain.
Yeah, like, sorry, it's my birth control.
But like, I hung out with her like 7 days in a row one time, and every single time she's like, oh my god, sorry, that's my birth control alarm. I was like, Christina, 1, don't care. 2, why are you like this? Like, what's that? Like, no one cares. Like, simply.
I think this is the first time I've announced it in like a month.
Yeah. And so now we've been talking about the birth control alarm for like 3 minutes.
Right.
Like, again, this
the
is what we do here.
birth control alarm is such a real thing, though. Yeah. You know what? my alarm used to be at 10 p.m. and my roommate, Paige, hers was at
I know
9 p.m.
Paige.
I know, that was so dumb.
The one and only hottest bitch on the block.
I love her.
Yeah.
Betty Page.
Betty
I
Page.
literally see her.
I see her
emails.
right now.
Yeah, we can see her through the window answering
You better work,
emails.
Paige.
She is.
Come on, Miss Thing.
Literally working right now. But originally mine was at 10 p.m. Hers was at 9 p.m. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I've been wanting to switch mine to be like a little bit earlier anyways. So I just switched it to 9. So now whenever we're like both together and we're like talking or something,
I'm so
it goes
glad
off at
everyone
9.
knows this. I'm so glad you're sharing this with us, Christina.
Well, because it goes off
so
and then
important.
it like forces. You are such a bitch.
I'm just a hater of the birth control alarm.
Hater.
Any men listening to this or like, I'm sorry, a birth control alarm, like what are you talking about? But the girls know, okay? The girls know. I actually never
I don't
set
want
one,
children.
but so many. I don't really want kids right now. Like that's not
in the
tea,
mood.
the drama, the
I
journey
said something.
for me.
I forget what it was. I think I was like laying down with Martine the other day and my alarm went off and like I got up to take my pill or something and he said something like oh, so like you just don't want to cuddle with me, like jokingly obviously, and I was like, you want to have a baby? I didn't think so.
Oh my god.
Which Martine fucking loves kids, so he's like no, but internally he's like yeah.
Yeah, like, well, actually, if we're gonna get really deep about it right now, I actually really would like a child.
I would love like a family of 10.
Yeah, it would actually complete me, but like let's not get into it.
I can't.
Too
Anyways, so there's a birth control alarm.
So there's
back
that
to sleepovers.
Also, yeah.
Right. How did we get here to this point?
Because your goddamn birth control alarm went off, bitch.
We love the birth control alarm. Anyways.
Yeah, so there's my story. Met on the subway, and then we went to Ireland together at the end of that year, and oh my god, it's just also wholesome, isn't it? Yeah.
Did you guys, after he slept over, did you like do like did he just leave in the morning the next day, or did you guys do breakfast or anything?
Yeah, we like hung out for a bit in the morning, and then I think he like didn't want me to go through the trouble of making breakfast, so he took a piece of cold pizza from the night before and was like, no, I love cold pizza. This is the greatest. Like, you're the best host ever, dude. And then like he's walking to the train and sent me like a really bad Android picture with his
Sammy. His fucking Android. This man has a
Huawei P30, baby. Get into it.
We did a one time our like whole friend group did a PowerPoint night, and Sammy's whole PowerPoint, what was it even about? It like didn't even have a topic. It like started off with like how people automatically associate the green bubble with hatred. Yeah. And then it just like spiraled into like
he put in quotes. Things. He was like, ew, green bubbles are for poor people.
Yeah.
The Android drama is real. Like I'm just like, Sammy, just get an iPhone. Just get an iPhone.
It truly ruins
WhatsApp
everything.
For life, bro. I'm like, oh my god.
Like we had to create a WhatsApp group chat with like fucking, we're going on like a vacation and we created a WhatsApp group chat because Sammy can't put Sammy in an iMessage group chat because it's gonna be green.
You're bringing us all down, Sammy.
I know.
You're bringing the group down.
There was even remember when we literally offered to buy him like an iPod Touch?
No, we were like just so serious. Iman was on Facebook Market.
Right.
He was like, no,
looking
like,
for them.
Go.
Like, you are going to carry this around and you are going to communicate with us through iMessage. Like, we
Sammy
don't care.
Was like, I will not give my dollars to Apple. Like, I don't even know what his deal is with it. It's just, he's also from Europe, and like a lot of people in Europe have Androids and they use WhatsApp, so they just don't appreciate the blue iMessage bubble the way Americans do. That's
what kind
so
of laptop does he use?
Some brand you've never heard of. I feel
God, of course.
I mean, I'm sure every European would recognize it, but we wouldn't. He got it in Ireland, so I don't know. It's so random. But
come on, Sammy, get with the program.
Come on, Sammy. Come on. I remember when I met him, and I did peep the Android, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a little." But I was like, "Oh, but he's foreign. It's so cute. Like, I can make an exception.
It's cute because he's Irish.
Yeah, you're giving me foreign. You're giving me Irish taste. You know." So I was like, "Whatever. I can let that one slide. He's very cute, and he has a Zara sweater on. That's cute. You know.
That's a man.
That's a man. That's the man for me.
Right.
That's the man for me. A little knit sweater, a little accent.
Right.
That's the man for me, baby. Let's go. Okay. This is too much. Enough of Sammy. Love you. Bye. Okay, next. Thank you. Next.
I think I told you about the first time Oh, of course
I've probably heard it 12 times.
Oh, let me tell you guys. Well, first of all, my story of how I met, Martine is not as beautiful and hallmark as Lily's is. Because when I met Martine, it was literally on Hinge. So I was like, oh my God, cute Colombian man. Let's go. Like,
let's go, baby.
Right. And then we ended up like, I don't even know. We matched. We went on a date like end of July of 2020.
Can
then
you please tell the story?
What?
About what you ate on the first date?
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
This should have. I don't know what I was thinking. Listen, okay, let me start off. I was not experienced
Y'all know
with
this is gonna
dating.
be good. Y'all know this is gonna be good.
Was not experienced with dating. He was like the like second or third date I ever went on like in my life with like Hinge.
Yeah,
and
it's like when you
Bumble
get out
and
of
all
a
that
long-term
shit.
relationship and you start dating.
Yeah.
I'm sure like everyone listening pretty much can relate to that. It's
Right.
like a foreign concept. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you don't know anything about me. This sucks.
Yeah, like my first date that I went on was with like this like random guy that does real estate, whatever, and it ended up like sucking. It was like whatever. I got way
Wasn't
too
great.
drunk. Yeah, like blacked out. Was like throwing up in my room.
Good.
Like, yeah, fun,
Good.
fun. Didn't throw up in front of him, but was violently puking in my bed as soon as I got
Violently
home.
puking. Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Love that.
How was the second date?
Second date was Palestinian Prince.
Oh my God! Once again,
we're
free
kidding.
Palestine, everybody! Let's go.
Second date was Palestinian Prince. Third date was Teeny. We call him Teeny sometimes. Teeny and
yeah,
Tina.
it's so much
We love
easier.
it. Yeah, so much
Teeny
easier.
and Tina, come on, guys.
Yeah, come on.
That's good.
We always like when we're like, kind of bickering back and forth, we call it the Teeny and Tina show now. So it's like
That's great.
whenever he comes on the podcast, we'll do like a, it'll probably be titled something like the Teeny and Tina show.
Yes.
Like taking over Gin and Toxic. But anyways, so backtrack to the first date. So we meet on Hinge. We're just talking, whatever. We set up a date. We decide we're going to go to the Chelsea Piers and have a
Cute.
picnic.
Cute.
And what food do we decide we're going to
What
get?
food did they get, guys? What food?
Mexican food.
Ooh,
Mexican.
Where do you think this story goes?
Right. Nice beefy taco
Ew.
things,
Beefy.
Beefy.
I hate that word. I've decided I hate it. I hate it very much.
Beefy. A nice beefy taco.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. Those shits, they slapped with Taco Bandit.
But let me tell you, they slapped.
Taco Bandit.
Okay, plug
Near
them. Plug them, queen.
Do you know where the McDonald's is? Right where FIT is, the one on 8th Avenue. It's
Sis,
literally
I've, like,
the
blacked
shop.
out in that McDonald's 7 times.
Right. Literally the store right next to it is Taco
Oh, I've
Bandit.
been there.
Or I think it's Taco Bandito, or something.
Yes, it is.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's like this like
It's like my
random
neighborhood.
little like rundown sort of. It kind of like gives me
It's
like
so
a.
good.
It gives me like Chinese delivery, like those like stores they all look the
Yeah.
same and they have like those like pictures up on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
And you're like, okay,
It's
it's
like
all
that.
the same store, just
Right.
different food. Right.
Right. So it kind of looked like that, and so the food was bomb. However, Mexican food from like a random shack on a first date, not my best move.
Maybe
Also,
not the best.
not my best move. Also, we went to the Chelsea Piers when the bathrooms there were still like closed. I don't know if they were like, I forget if it was like a COVID restriction or if they were like doing reconstruction.
They're
But I
closed
just
at night,
remember, yeah, the bathrooms were closed.
Yeah.
So, had nowhere that.
Red flag
Yeah.
number 1.
Right. So we get Mexican food and we go to the Chelsea Piers and we're sitting there and we're talking. He tells me he goes to NYU, whatever. I lied about what I do for a living. Of course, have to.
Like,
I
hi,
didn't
I'm
go-
beauty chicky. Like, we can't start with that.
Right.
We
Well,
can't
here's the thing.
start with
I
that.
didn't like lie about what I do. I said that I was a talent manager,
Which
for
is true.
influencers, which is very much true. But
She
it
manages my talent.
right. I
Period.
do. Lily
Yeah.
at West27talent.com.
Yeah, you better get into it.
You better get to it.
No,
But-
seriously, give me some money. Thank
right.
you.
We're really trying to get this thing
No,
off the
like,
ground, guys.
pay
Let's
me.
go.
Like, let's go.
But anyway, so so I told him that I was a talent manager, but then he asked me, he's like, oh, like, I'm really interested in what you do. You said you're a talent manager. So
Yeah,
like,
don't
what
ask
is
too
that?
many questions.
Right.
Stop asking questions,
Stop
actually.
asking.
Yeah,
So-
stay curious. Stay
Yeah, but
curious.
you know what? I had a really good feeling about him.
Yeah.
Like, there's some dates that, like, I went on and, like, they were like, oh, so you're a talent manager. And that's, like, I'd be like, yeah. And that would be, like, the extent
That's
of it.
Yeah.
With him, I was like,
No, I'm beauty chicky.
yeah, no.
I'm beauty chicky.
He was cool. So I was like, okay, here's what I actually do. Like, whatever. Because my thing
no
is
big
like,
deal.
I didn't want them to like know what I actually did before we went on the date, and they would like look me up on Instagram and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Although I have had guys told me that they found me on Instagram before the date. Like Palestinian Prince told me that he found me on Instagram before our first date without me even telling. He just like looked up my name and I just like came up. But it was crazy because at the time I didn't make the switch from Christina Marie to Christina Harris yet. So on Hinge, all my stuff was Christina Harris, but on social media it was Christina Marie.
That's weird.
I don't know. But anyways, so that was that. I forget how he told me that he found me, but he did. So what's happened before? I also went on a date once that I had a fan come up to me.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
I was at Italy with some dude, and
I don't have these problems, you guys.
Right.
Can't relate. Hashtag can't relate, but love to hear
used to
about
have
it.
these problems.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, duh. I was
yeah,
like,
fans, bitch.
I thought you were like, I've never experienced this because like of dating.
No.
Yeah, no, like she came up to me and she was like, oh my god, hi, like, hope I'm not disturbing you, whatever. And this is
You're like, oh yeah, you're definitely disturbing me. This is actually the worst time you could possibly
no,
come
you know
up to
what?
me.
I was like, I didn't mind it at all because she was super sweet, and like I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like tell the fans,
Of
like, you
course.
know, like if you ever see me in public, always come and say hi.
Please do.
The thing though was, this was at the period of time where my breakup wasn't announced yet with my ex.
Oh.
So I was so deathly afraid of, like, my biggest fear was going on a date, someone seeing me on a date with another guy and being like, oh my god, she's cheating, you know.
If you
on
guys
boy
don't know
band
the
guy.
tea, if you didn't listen to the first episode, if you don't know who Christina is,
Yeah.
she dated a guy who was in a famous boy band. So
Uh-huh.
there's some drama. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it in
We'll
another
get into
episode.
it, but the breakup was secret for a while.
Yeah, the breakup was
So-
very secret for a while.
Even when you
like,
met Martina, it was still a secret.
yes, it was. And God bless that man. He like took it with grace. Like I told him the
Yeah.
whole situation, and he was like, you know,
I
like,
remember when you like, I don't know, you guys had hung out a few times.
Yeah.
And you were like, so I'm going to tell Martine tonight, you know, everything. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
You know what it was? Because I went through so much because it was like, number one, afraid of a fan coming up to me and seeing me on a date with another guy and being like, wait, but I thought she was dating, you know, the guy in the boy band. And I would be like, oh my god, I like freak out about that. It like made me so paranoid. Also made me paranoid because I didn't want guys that like, there was a few of them that I eventually told about like my social media stuff, and they would look me up on Instagram. I did not want them going into my tagged photos.
Yeah.
Because my tagged photos was like a bunch of like fan edits of me and my ex, which
No,
I
they
ended up.
still are, dude.
Sometimes they still do come up.
Can we stop? If you're listening to this
me
and you
tone it
make
down.
edits of
Or at least
Christina
don't. You know,
and
what,
her
honestly,
ex,
I'm like, I don't even give a fuck anymore. I just don't want to be tagged in them.
Don't tag
Because it's like,
her.
I don't want. Like, I have a man. Like, you think my man like
yeah,
wants to see that? I
Yeah.
don't want him to see that.
yeah.
You know.
people do that for every celebrity, like
Yeah.
Ariana Grande and like
Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. Oh,
It's
forget
like, come
it.
on, guys. Like they see that.
People
it's
just
weird.
like they like people don't realize that like we do see.
Yeah, Christina sees it
everything.
I see it every
Yeah.
day on Twitter, and I'm like, if this tweet has Christina's ex's name in it, like, I'm sorry, get it off my timeline. I don't want it
Yeah.
on my timeline. Get
and
it
it's
off.
like not even like it's not even like a disrespect
No,
to like to
no.
him or his band. It's
No,
just like
it's
a
just like,
courtesy.
yeah, duh.
Like
you don't want to
yes,
see your ex
like
12
yeah,
times
like
a
it was
day.
like fine and like you know we're cool, but it's like
yeah.
I don't want to see my ex on my timeline 24/7, as I'm
Yeah.
sure he doesn't want to see me on
Well,
his
not a
timeline
single
24/7.
human being wants to see their ex.
Exactly.
all the time.
Nobody wants to see their ex, and obviously we're
I
like
sure don't.
right, exactly.
I would kill someone.
Right.
Like,
like
what?
imagine, and obviously I had it bad because it's like, oh my God, like I'm at a coffee shop, you know, chilling, and then all of a sudden a song comes on the radio.
Oh,
And I'm
God.
like, I can't escape.
You guys,
I
can
can't
this
escape
shit
it.
is crazy. Can you imagine
No,
that? I
it's
would literally
nuts.
go
and
crazy.
it goes so much deeper than what we're even like talking
Oh,
about
that'll-
right now.
this is a
which
whole other episode.
Yeah, it's a whole other episode about how, you know, because I used to be like afraid to like talk about it, but like I'm like in retrospect now, like it's just
Yeah, we're
it's a
not.
past
Yeah, we're over it.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're over the relationship.
Yeah.
We're over the breakup.
We're over the
I moved
fear of
on. He
talking
moved
about it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're over the fear of talking about it. And the thing
Period.
is that like, obviously I had that fear for such a long time because people are like, you know, I'm sure there's many people that are listening to this and know exactly what we're talking about. But, you know, when it comes to boy bands, when like 90% of their fans are, you know, like these like younger girls that, you know, they fall in love with these boy band members and they think that like, you know, nobody, like they can't do any wrong. And here's the thing. it's not that, you know, like I did anything wrong. It's not that he did anything wrong. Like I said, everything was pretty like, you know, flat and whatever. But it's like, I feel like when two people break up, automatically people in the public eye, like if your relationship is in the public eye, people automatically want to take a side and be like, oh, this other person did something so bad. And because he has such like a loyal following of younger girls, both of us were that's why we mutually decided to keep the breakup private for a long time until we were both able to comfortably discuss it like in public, because it's like, you know, fucking, we didn't want to announce it and then people would automatically be like, because you know they're in love with him, they would be like,
Christina's
in the wrong. Christina must have done something.
My girl would never.
Yeah. So like I would not, like, you know, so it's like we didn't, you know, I didn't want that for myself and he didn't want that for me. Like luckily, like thank you.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's like you have to tiptoe and be so careful. So like for so many months, I was like so fucking like anxious and like anxiety driven over what I was posting. If people found out I was single, being seen with somebody else, speculation.
I was gonna say, being seen with someone else, like people recognize Christina in public sometimes. Being seen with someone else isn't like a stretch. Like
right.
That,
I will never
happens.
forget.
Like,
actually, I don't know if I ever told you this, but before we announced the breakup, when I was like starting to see like Martine and stuff in the winter months, me and Martine went to the Bryant Park like shops, and we were walking around and we're shopping and like we're holding hands, whatever. And some girl I saw tweeted after, and she was like, could have sworn I just saw you in Bryant Park walking around with some guy. And my heart like sank because I was like, no.
That's just not how you want it. It's like, obviously it's fine that you were doing that. That's just not how you wanted it to get out.
Exactly. And it's like, here's the thing. Had someone saw me on a date with another man and like some shit blew up on Twitter or whatever, obviously I would have addressed and been like, listen, like we broke up a lot. Oh my God, English. Christina,
that wasn't cute.
That was not fun. That was not cool. I would have been like, yeah, we broke up a while ago. Like, sorry for not telling you guys, but like respectfully, this is my 4-year relationship that we're talking about. Yeah. There's a lot at stake here. Like, you know, and it's like I said, we just wanted to make sure everything went like smoothly. So it's just like, you know, like I'm not like, you know, I don't really care about, you know, I could talk about it freely now because it's just kind of like, you know, I'm over, you know, we're just over it. Both of us are over it. And like, you know, I have a whole new significant other who like I absolutely love, and he's the greatest. And like, thank God he's like, yeah, thank God he was such an angel through all that, because imagine going to date someone and they're like, hey, I just want to let you know that my ex was famous, and you're going to go on my Instagram and you're going to see like all of his fans, and you're going to see the tagged photos and all this. Like, imagine having to like fucking like,
I mean, personally,
you know?
I don't know if I can handle that.
Right.
Like,
you know what? I always like, while we were in a relationship, I always would have people like telling me like, how are you handling this? And I'd be like, I just like, I am. You know what? I do think that because we like dated before he like blew up and got famous, it obviously was easier.
Oh, totally.
But you know, I always like said to myself while we were together, I was like, shit, if we break up, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Because of the social media aspect of it. Yeah. But now it's like, obviously, like I could see a photo of him or like his band or whatever and not really give a shit. But you know, explaining that to your new significant other, like
it's complicated.
He was like, yeah, and for a while, honestly, like he was understanding, but he didn't fully understand it sometimes when I would be like still looped into like some stuff that was like in my ex's like boy band world, and I'd be like I had to explain to him like, it's not just like an easy like, oh, we broke up, we're gonna just make sure the entire internet cuts ties, like, you know.
Yeah.
It was like, it took a lot of time. So like, you know, and it's even still not ties completely cut.
Yeah,
because,
totally.
You know, but luckily everybody's like super respectful and shit, so it ended up going down way better than expected.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
anyways.
I knew when you were procrastinating it, I was like, Christina, just do it.
Right.
I knew that people would be cool. Like, there's always going to be that group of people that are assholes about it. But you do have all these fans that aren't his fans. They're Christina. They're your fans.
Yeah, exactly.
And I knew 100% that they would be on board. I mean, Christina's fans are awesome.
Yeah,
like,
you guys
love
are fucking
Thank
the
you
best.
for welcoming
the chickies
me.
and the bitches. Welcoming Lily into our little circle.
Guys, this started with me asking Christina what the Mexican food did to her digestive system.
Right.
And here we are. We're getting into it.
We are talking talking about trauma.
Yeah, like here we go with the breakup trauma, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
so we should, how do we even like, oh yeah, because I didn't tell him what I fully did and then I eventually did or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's backtrack again.
No, like backtrack a lot. Like
Right.
we're back to the piers with the Mexican food.
I love how we
and
were like,
NYU.
we're like, you know what, this is a whole story for like another podcast episode.
So let me
But
tell
the
it right
gist
now. And then the gist is, and then here's the whole story.
Right. Well, now you know. But
Now
anyways,
you know.
let's backtrack.
Why do I keep singing? I do that in real life.
Naturally?
So that's just gonna be my thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's my new thing.
I love that. Lily,
that for me.
podcaster turned singer.
Oh, I'm a pop
It's like
star.
an influencer.
I'm gonna be a
singer.
pop star. I'm never
You
giving
know,
up on
you're
that
like
dream.
Dixie
Yes.
D'Amelio.
Oh my god, I want to be Dixie D'Amelio.
Queen, you're just a fuck boy.
Oh,
She sings that
God.
song, right?
Yes.
You're just a fuck
Jesus, she's
boy.
painful sometimes. Anyways,
You know, when she
Sorry.
came out with that song, like I was really, 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 really sad. Like originally, I was like, oh my god, this is like bad. But then I started like, it gets, you know what?
Queen.
It
Don't
gets stuck
say
in your
it.
head.
No, don't say it. Oh,
It gets stuck in your
fuck,
head.
Christina.
And I was like, oh, one day, I was really, 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 really sad.
Like same, actually.
Right. I was really, really,
Talk
really,
about
really sad.
relatable.
Right.
Christina, tell the story about Martine. Oh my god, this episode is like supposed to be
Dixie
about,
D'Amelio.
Yeah.
Trauma.
yeah,
Sleepovers.
like everything
Mexican
but
food.
what the episode's supposed to be about.
Right.
Our boyfriends.
It's okay. Okay, back to the Mexican food. Anyways, so there was no toilet at Chelsea Piers. I feel is where we last left off. Oh yeah, so he asked me like, tell me about what you do. I was like, by the way, a little white lie. Here's what I fully do for a living. And we talked about that, and he, obviously at the time he's just like
absorbing,
and he's like, yeah, I go to NYU.
Yeah.
I'm in urban design. That's what I do.
Yeah,
But
I like
obviously
skateboard and like
and
do
trains
normal
and
things.
bikes.
That's like when you told me what you did for a living after we like hung out a few
Yeah.
times. I was like, oh, sorry. What?
Right, like
I was
what
like,
the fuck?
oh, I'm poor. Is that cool with you? Or what? Who
Is
you-
it okay?
Who do you hang out with?
Well,
Like,
now we know who's paying for all the drinks.
yeah. I was like, oh, so we're going out. We're going out tonight. Okay,
Right.
cool. Cool.
That's what I'm getting from this conversation. It's going on the Amex Platinum, baby.
Mommy Christina.
Right. Mommy? Sorry.
Sorry, mommy.
Sorry.
Mommy.
Sorry.
Tell the story.
Okay. Lily wants to fucking kill me.
I'm like quitting the podcast. Like goodbye.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here, bitch.
Okay, so we talk about shit, whatever. And it went really great. The date went great, honestly. But at the same time, when we went on a date, it was, like I said, it was like only my third date of
Yeah,
like
you weren't
trying.
looking for a boyfriend.
Yeah, I was not looking for a relationship like at all. I was like, I'm just gonna like, the whole reason I signed up for Hinge is because my fucking roommate, Paige, she, once again, we know her.
Yeah. Yeah. We know her. We know
You know
her
what I
well.
say? Not because obviously you know her, but I'm like, the people listening, do they know
Yeah.
who
Well,
my
Paige
roommate
is
is?
Christina's roommate. Get to know her.
Get it
Memorize
together.
that.
Yes, exactly. So she was the one that convinced me to download Hinge because she was like, even if you're not gonna like get a boyfriend, just get yourself out there. Like,
Yeah.
who cares if it's a terrible date? Who cares
Yeah.
if it's a great date?
You have
like,
to try.
right? Like, I have some really amazing date stories, and I have some really shitty ones.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
But they're all good stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point. Is that it's a
Good
fucking
experiences.
story. So. Anyway, so I wasn't looking for a relationship, but he was really cool and we really vibed. It was great.
Was he really cool? I hope so.
What if I was like, he sucked?
Kind of sucked.
Kind of sucked. Right. No, but basically, like, it was like 30 minutes. Like, the date was like starting to like wrap up. It got to like that point, and Mexican food. I was about to straight up shit my pants.
She's gonna blow.
Right. Like, I was like farting on the date, like silently, like you couldn't hear it, but like I was farting and I was like, oh my God, I really hope these don't smell, because he's gonna be like, where's that coming from? Is it coming from the cute girl? I don't know. So I
actually don't have any comment for this.
Right.
Yeah.
I fucking just, I was like, oh my God, like, God help me out right now. Please don't let me shit my pants on this date. There was no bathroom around.
No, like, she's gonna blow.
Right, like, straight up. So, anyways, we said bye. I ordered an Uber, and
You're like, could you step on it?
right, like, let's go.
Let's go.
But he was such a gentleman too. He like ended up finding this out after, because he didn't kiss me on the first date. Just gave me a hug, put me in my Uber, sent me back
Yeah,
home.
that's usually the move, I feel.
Right.
Well,
and I
mean,
asked him about it
never
after.
do that.
Yeah, because I mean, all guys do things differently, and I guess
Yeah.
it depends on like what the vibe. He told me, he's like, the date went so great with you, and like I really wanted to kiss you, but I like made an ode to myself, like I will never kiss a girl on the first date because like you just gotta let her like feel it out.
Yeah.
You know, if you go on a second date, then that's kind of like, you know,
The
if you're
perfect
picking up
time.
on the signal, then there's the green light.
Well, if she goes on a second date with you, then you should
Exactly.
probably
Then
kiss
yeah,
her.
then you should probably kiss her. So, anyways, I get in my Uber though, and I get home. I remember walking through the door, and Paige was like, "Oh my god, how'd the date go?" And I was like, "Oh my god, it went really great, but we're not gonna talk about this right now because I have Mexican food, and I'm going to blow that
And
bathroom up."
don't go.
Right.
Don't
Do
go in the
not go in the
for an
bathroom.
hour. I'm gonna blow the bathroom.
Have you ever seen that TikTok of that girl that's like, I do fat, stinky dumps,
Oh.
real shitters, real stinky poos. Like, that was me on that day. I was like, Paige, I'm about to bust a load in that.
God. Oh my God,
It's okay.
Christina.
Paige has IBS. She gets it.
Hot girls have,
Hot girls have stomach
problems.
issues.
You heard it here. Not
They
first,
do.
but you heard it here, bitches.
Yes, hot girls have stomach problems. So
Paige has IBS. She gets it.
she gets it. She's a hot girl. She knows. Like, so
Oh my God.
fucking. So, anyways, I tear the bathroom up. I get out. I'm like,
Tear
okay,
that
so,
shit up.
so here's how the date went. You know,
Just also don't go in the bathroom.
don't go in there for like 30 minutes. I sprayed a little poopery, but like, you know, it's like when you spray air freshener after you take a poop, and like it kind of smells like a mix of like flowers, but also shit, and it's like, oh, that
Yeah.
weird in between.
Yeah, you talked more about your shit than you have
Than the
about your
date.
boyfriend. This is the boyfriend episode. We are almost at an hour. I still have 2 more stories to tell about
I
toxic confessions, and you suck.
This is gonna be a long episode.
So sorry, you guys.
I'm sorry.
People are like skipping forward as we speak.
They're like, come on,
Like,
get to it.
stop talking about your shit. Girls aren't supposed to poop.
Girls.
That's what I tell
take it back.
Sammy. I still tell Sammy to this day. I'm like, I've actually never taken a shit in my life.
Right. Ever.
I don't know what that
Ever.
is. Like, even when I was a baby, like, there was no poop in my diaper. Like,
Never.
It just doesn't happen for me.
Never. Ever.
Wouldn't know. And you're like,
Wouldn't know.
I take massive dumps. Yeah.
I take mad dumps. I ended up telling Martine, like, obviously when we started dating, I was like, you know, when we went on our first date, like I was literally about to shit my pants, like in the Uber, and he was like, yeah, I guess that was our mistake getting, you know, Mexican food.
Sketchy Mexican food.
Here's the thing though, we did end up a year after our first date. So like obviously it was on July 26th, 2020 was our first date. July 26th, 2021, we went back to the Chelsea Piers to the same Mexican place.
That's cute,
Got
you guys.
Mexican food. Yeah, so cute. And this time it did not feel like I needed to shit my pants. The reason I feel like I need to shit my pants is because I was so anxious. So it was like a mix of Mexican food
So we're
and
still
anxiety.
we're still talking about the poop. We're still talking about you shitting your pants.
I'm firing you as a co-host.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Get
now.
out.
I don't know about this, guys. I don't know what I've gotten myself into here.
Anyways,
Oh my God.
that's enough of the poop.
Like, it's been
Let's
like
move
10
on.
minutes. It's been like
People need to know. This is what the people need to hear.
everyone's like turning their volume down. They're like, okay, Lily,
Like,
stop.
I am in front of my
yelling at us.
parents.
Yeah, like what? Stop.
And I'm like, I take mad dumps. Okay, that's it. I'm
That's
done.
the
Let's
7th
go.
time you've said that.
Someone needs like one of those like counters.
No, yeah. Literally. Oh
Okay.
My God.
So, anyways, first date completed, and then I ghosted him for a month and a half, 2 months almost actually.
Jesus Christ.
Totally, accidentally though, because he told me that he texted me like a few days after the first date and was like, "Oh my God, like, love seeing you. When do you want to go on your second date?" And I just like never replied.
That's
But
such a Christina thing to do.
It is. I am. Oh my gosh. All my friends know I'm the worst.
Well, so you're
Texter.
either the best or the worst.
Exactly.
You really pick your days, bitch.
I do. I really do. I am the best or the worst texter. And so I didn't even realize that he sent me that text. So then like 2 months goes by. He texts me again. It's like, hey, like I know it's been a while and I know you're a busy person, but like I really did like our first date. Like, would you want to go on a second one? And I replied immediately and I was like, yes, like let's do it, because I was at my parents' place. It was like Labor Day weekend. And I was thinking when he texted me that, I was like, you know what? Like he was actually a really cute guy and he's really
decent.
nice.
He's all right.
He's
like
Beautiful 6
I'm
foot
like,
Colombian
I met
man.
Sammy, and I fell in love with him the first night. He swept me off my feet.
I'm
You're
like, yeah, he's
yeah.
a
You
good-
texted me 2 months later. He's all right.
Because he's okay.
Yeah, this woman is
I was
like
like, oh
in
my
love
God, effort.
with him.
I'm like 3 more points.
Yeah.
Effort. Like, I love
Love
that. Right. So we went like a few days later. We went on an official second date. That was a day we just like got food, whatever, and that was a date that he ended up kissing me. We had like a little makey outy
Ow.
sesh. Yeah, ow. And I was like, he kissed me, and right away I was like, 2 things. Number 1, oh my God, such a great kisser. Really great kisser.
Always good.
Right. And I never realized how bad some people could be at kissing.
Oh, good God, I know.
Oh my God. Until I
Oh,
started,
my
you
God.
know, had like random makeout
Until
sessions with
you
random
were kissed
men.
by a man.
Right. Well, it was even
It's
like,
mind-blowing.
exactly. I was just like, oh my God. Like some of the guys that like I did end up kissing on like these dates that I went on, like some of them were just so bad.
So bad.
And like one of them comes to mind that I'm like, oh my God, gross. But once again,
This second date, is this when you guys had a sleepover?
no, that's third date. So we're getting into that.
Oh, so you're conservative.
I'm a little conservative. I
Sammy
was
came
like,
over the first
1, 2,
fucking
3.
time and was like, I brought my slumber party bag.
Right. You know what? So the third date was like, so we went on a second date. It was great, whatever. A few days later, we go on the third date and we're like, where do we go? And he's like, so there's this hookah bar next to my apartment and it's really cool.
We love
And-
convenience.
Right. And I was like, and he was like, do you want to go there? And I was like, oh my God. You know what's so funny? Is he's like, do you like hookah? Like, do you want to go like smoke some hookah? And I was like, oh my God, I love hookah. And I've done
Never
hookah like
hookah,
once in
yeah.
my life.
That is,
I was like,
That
I
is me.
love hookah. Are you kidding me? Like smoke queen. Like, and I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I love hookah. Let's do it.
anything Sammy wanted to do when we first started dating, I was like, oh my God, I've done that 12 times.
Right.
Like, never in my life.
Never in my life have I done that. So we go to this hookah place right near his apartment. And here's the thing, bitch. He goes, yeah, this place is next to my apartment. I go, great. That's my signal to shave my entire body. So I was like, I knew on that second date, he was a really great kisser. I go, I want to see if the thang's thangin'.
This is awfully suspicious.
Right. I'm trying to find out if the thang is thangin'.
Do that thing be thangin'.
Yeah, do the thing be thangin'.
It be thangin'.
Right. And I was like, there was a lot of sexual tension there too. And I was like, I want you, you want me. We're going on a third date. We both know it's next to your apartment. We both knew. So I shaved head to
Obviously.
toe. I like dressed really like cute, you know, like sexy. I had these little like denim shorts on, super
Oh.
cute. Yeah, I still have like videos from that day of my outfit.
Oh.
So cute. Anyway, so we go to the hookah place, whatever, smoking, cool. And then I was like, it got to like a point where it was like 2 hours in and I was like, oh, so like you live over here, right? Like you live in this area. And at the time he was living in the East Village. And I was like, oh, like you live in this area? And he was like, yeah, like, he's like, actually my apartment's like right down the street. Did you almost sneeze?
I didn't.
I hate that though. That
Yeah,
must be
it's
so
the
fucking annoying.
worst.
But anyways, we're just like, I was like, oh, so like your apartment is like nearby, right? And he's like, yeah, it's actually like right down the street. Like if you want, like we could go and just like, you know, chill there or something. And I was like,
We could.
yeah, we should. We definitely
Let's go right
should.
now.
Right now.
Go.
So he was like, yeah, he's like, we'll just pay the check. And they're like, yeah, we could just like go hang there or whatever. I was like, okay, cool. So we end up paying the check. We leave, go to his apartment. Bitch, I'm a ballsy bitch. So we walk in the door. I was like, oh my God, nice apartment. Like, can I use the bathroom? He's like, yeah. I go to the bathroom because I had to pee so bad. Right as I got out of the bathroom, he was like sitting on his bed, just like on the edge of his bed, like waiting for me to get out of the bathroom. Not to like hook up. He was just sitting there. Bitch,
No.
I walk right out of that bathroom, right into that man's bed, get right on top of him, fucking straddling the man, start making out.
Oh.
One thing led to another. We're going.
Okay, and cut. Christina's about to get into mad detail.
No, so we started like going at it, you know, clothes coming up, you know, whatever. But he was so respectful.
She said,
Yeah. He was so respectful, like literally with like every fucking article of clothing. He was like, is it okay if I take this off? And I was like,
Shut up.
Yes. Shut up. You have my consent. Do it.
You hairy man.
I want to see that. I wanna... Give me some of that.
Give me a little last of that.
So he's like, can I take this off? But I'm like, oh my God, yes. Like, strip me, bitch. And so...
Okay.
Yeah, so sure enough, one thing leads to another. I'm like, you know, you get a condom. He's like, yeah. And you know,
And that's it for this week, guys.
So he's like,
Please, God.
You know-
Please, God.
Lily's like, I'm so done with
I'm
recording.
going home now.
Anyways, though, yeah, everything leads to a little, we do a little
Yeah, we
rat-ta-ta-ta,
know,
and
we
then
know.
a little dance, a little wrestle. Anyways, after that,
Dance, little
a
wrestle.
little wrestle, a little dance. And I'm just like, okay, like, nice seeing you. Bye. Like, I like get up and I'm like starting to put my clothes on. He's like, where are you going? And I was like, home. He's like, oh my God, like, you're not staying? And I was like, no, I'm not staying. He's like, oh,
It's
like,
against the handbook.
right. It's against the girly handbook.
Lily said I couldn't do that. So.
Right. So Lily said I couldn't do. He's like, who's Lily?
You're like, oh, you'll find out.
You're gonna find out.
He
But-
did.
Oh yes, BFFs now.
Bestie.
Bestie for the rusty. But yeah, no. So he's like, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, he's like, so you're not staying? I was like, no. Like, what do you mean? He's like, oh my God, like stay and like we could just like watch a movie and like cuddle whatever. And I had to wake up. I was like, if I stay, I have to wake up at like 8 a.m. to leave because I had life coaching the next day, and that's at 10 a.m. So I had to leave his apartment by like 8, so I had enough time to like get home and shower and then go to coaching, which is on the fucking Upper East Side. So, so he's like, oh my God, like stay, it'll be fine. I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, come on. I was like, fuck, okay. So I stood the night, we cuddled, I think that was when we started our Love Island binge.
Which is still going strong.
Which is still going very strong. We're like 3 seasons deep. But,
Season 5 with Molly May.
yes,
And
which
Tommy.
actually I didn't even tell you. The last
Nar.
episode we watched was the episode that she got introduced.
Welcome, Molly May.
Yeah, welcome Miss Molly May.
Just like Nar. Nar.
Nar.
I want to say it 12 more times.
Nar.
Nar. Okay, I'm sorry. We're not.
We're not sidetracking.
Wait. Nar.
Nar. So. Nar. So.
Everyone's like, and I'm done with this episode.
Right. Everyone's like, I'm
tuning
over
out.
it. Anyways, so.
Anyways, we're
slept
gonna
over.
talk for another hour.
Right. Slept over. He wakes up with me at 8 a.m. Like,
Cute.
says bye, whatever. I leave, yada, yada, yada. And the rest is history. And then we continue going on dates.
Here we
Started
are.
seeing each other for a really long time. And then we started dating. And that was cool. And yeah, and he's great. So that was our first hookup and our first, like, sleepover.
Yay, we love our boyfriends.
Right. We love our men.
It's just cool. Like, I'm in a healthy relationship. Like, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
No,
Us?
who would have thought? Us?
Us.
Like, what's going on? Like,
The only thing, you know
Sammy's
what's
like
so funny?
really nice to me. Like, he's nice to me. That's crazy.
Right. I have a man that cares.
No, he's really nice. It's really weird. I'm
Right.
like, why are you so nice to me?
You know
He's
what's
like,
so
we're
funny is I'm
dating.
like waiting because obviously we haven't been dating for like we started dating at the end of June. And I just met his mom and stepdad for the first time like a few weeks ago, and now I'm seeing them possibly again this upcoming weekend. Anyways, though, his mom knew that I was working on a podcast. She didn't know the name though, and I'm like, what's gonna happen when I tell my new boyfriend's
Oh, yeah,
mom?
no. I won't be telling Sammy's parents about
Right.
gin
then
and toxic.
Oh, well, they're gonna see it. His little sister follows me on Instagram. She's gonna be like,
Oh.
"Oh,
Yeah.
She's gonna show the mom. She straight up admitted me. She goes, "Little sister."
God.
Little sister's like, "Yeah, like me and my mom like stalked the shit out of you on Instagram before
Great.
we met you." I was like,
Oh,
"Wonderful."
I'm so glad that you have a sex toy ad on your Instagram.
Yeah, that's a really great. Yeah,
That's great.
I have a clothing line called Bitchy. I have a podcast at the time called Bitchy, now Gin and Toxic, posting about
It's
sex
aggressive.
toys,
Yeah, no,
posting
it's
about
aggressive.
my nipple piercings. Yeah.
Oh.
And you never know how each like parent is going to react. Like if
Yeah.
the parents, luckily his parents are so cool.
Yeah,
Both
they're
his
cool.
step parents and his like actual parent, like they totally support everything I do and they think it's like the coolest thing ever. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, but you never know. That was the cutest sneeze.
Wait.
It was
Oh my
like,
god, am I Ariana
"Ew."
Grande?
Ew.
That was an Ariana Grande sneeze.
Yes.
I love
I
that.
miss Ari sneeze.
All right. So, yeah, moral of the story. Thank God we have boyfriends because we are two wild bitches. I mean,
Right.
maybe this
It's
podcast
fun.
would be a little more spicy if we were single, but trust
Here's the
me,
thing,
you
though.
don't want us to be single.
You don't want us to be. I mean, here's the thing. Even if we have so many fucking like stories.
Oh,
and,
I've
like,
got
dumb
enough
shit.
stories. Yeah.
Like, you know, you could be in a relationship and you could be toxic. Not necessarily toxic to my boyfriend, but I'm toxic in other ways.
Oh,
you know?
I'm toxic in a lot of ways.
Right.
Not to my
Sometimes-
boyfriend. Maybe
not-
sometimes.
not to the boyfriend, but like, I feel like every girl's like
My
oh,
attitude. We all got a
yeah.
little attitude.
Attitude, exactly.
ladies. Yeah, but shout out to my boyfriend for putting up with me. Love you.
Right. Love you guys.
And I promise I'll never be cringe about my boyfriend ever again.
Oh, no. We're not going to be like, oh, my God. I feel like that wasn't even that, like,
No, it wasn't
cringe. It was, like, just a story, and, like, we tell it in, like, such, like, a...
Me and Sammy's story, though,
You know?
is, like, wholesome and cute. And I'm like, yeah, ew, it's, like, cringe.
But it's also,
I love
like...
it.
No, it's also so funny, like, how he just, like, showed up at your place, and he's like, oh, my God, we're going to have a sleepover.
And I was like, okay.
yeah, like, what the fuck?
Cool.
It'd be different if you were like, oh my God, and like he showed up and he was just so dreamy and like I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I was like, oh, I don't know about that.
yeah, right. I don't know.
And then later in the night, I was like, oh, by the way, yeah, it is cool if you sleep over. And he was like, well, good. Like, I was planning on it.
Right.
like,
Anyways.
all right. So
All right.
moving into toxic confessions. So we do this every week.
Yes. Submit your toxic confessions. I don't know if we're going to continue doing it by email or Twitter, Instagram. I say just follow us on social media. And when we need toxic confessions, we post.
Yeah, we'll put it in our story.
Yeah.
And you can either send it to the email or in the little
Yeah.
question box on
Exactly.
the gram.
We're always looking for them. But
We've got 2 this week.
We got 2 pretty...
We're going to try to keep them quick because,
because
we
this
know
episode's
it's
already
a long
so
episode.
long,
I'm sorry.
but
Christina had to
you-
talk about her explosive diarrhea for 15 minutes.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
So blame Christina. Thank
Everybody
you.
relates at some
Yeah.
point. So...
Yeah, anyways.
Kick it off.
So starting with toxic confession numero uno.
Yes.
So this gal pal is actually from my hometown. I've known her for a very long time. Obviously, everyone will remain anonymous.
Yes.
But it is cool. Like, I know her, and it's not just some random person. And she told this story of when she worked at a country club in our hometown. She ended up dating a coworker of hers. And what did she call him? Work Bay. That was his nickname.
Work Bay.
And I remember in high school her calling him that all the time. But we kind of like got a bit distant, and I didn't really end up hearing like what happened with their relationship until today. She sent me this crazy video explaining. So basically, I'll try to keep this short again because the episode's very long. Long story short, one night after work, her and this guy and a few other coworkers all went back to one person's house. And they're all hanging out. They had been dating at this point for like 6 months. Going pretty strong. That's like a decent amount of time. Like
definitely.
6 months when I was a Sammy, I was in deep. Like,
Right.
if this man did anything, I would have been heartbroken.
Right. Same.
That's like far enough into a relationship to get really attached.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So they're at this little get together and oh.
I can believe that.
Whoopsie poos.
I'll put like a little beep over that.
Okay, yeah, I said her name on accident. I've been talking to her all day, so now
Right.
it's in my head. Anyways,
It's okay. We're going to
So,
save you, sister.
gal
Little
pal.
bleep, bleep.
We'll call her gal
Gal
pal.
pal.
Gal pal, queen herself, she's drinking, she's smoking a little Mary Jane, she's getting lucid,
Oh, yeah, of
with
course.
the gals, with the guys, having a good old time, right? They're just hanging out. And then it gets kind of late, and this gal pal in particular, when she hits the Mary Jane, falls asleep every single time, notoriously. So she like knocks out on the couch while everyone is still hanging out. And she's sleeping for a few hours, and everyone leaves this little get together except her man and another one of her female coworkers. You know, no problem. We're all just hanging out. Oh, fuck. I did it again, dude. Oh, God, that's
You're
not
going to
good.
be like, oh, yeah. And then beep is.
Yeah. Sorry. Gal pal is sleeping on the couch. And, you know, I guess if her man and this girl were just like hanging out, no big deal. But she wakes up after a few hours of sleeping, opens her eyes to her man and this girl hooking up. In the same
Like,
room.
what the fuck?
In the same room. He's cheating on her right in front
Right.
of her. Can
Like,
you imagine
what?
waking up and
seeing
Martine
your
is with
sig-
another girl?
I would. Oh.
Well,
they would
I
not see the light of day.
I would be going to jail that
Right.
night. Like, no, like.
Because here's the thing.
You
It's like
think I'm
sometimes
joking.
it's like, oh my God, like you can't blame the girl. She didn't know. If the girl knows,
Totally.
full blown
I
knows that
didn't
you
even
were,
think about
that
it
that
like
man
that.
is in a relationship, they're both going to hell.
Yeah, like that's so,
You're
and
both
like
out.
not only is he in a relationship, the girl's in the room.
Right.
Like, in this girl, my gal pal, is the sweetest ever. Such a good person. Like really liked this guy. She was crazy about him. Opens her eyes, and she's still like fucked up. Obviously,
Yeah.
she's drunk and high.
She probably like, is this real life?
Yeah, so
this
she
really
said
what
she
I'm
opened
seeing?
her eyes and was frozen for like 2 or 3 minutes to like really process like what was
Yeah.
happening. And then she stands up and tries to like storm out and leave, but she didn't drive herself there, so he had to drive her home.
Oh, that's messy.
Like awkward. What
That's
a mess.
So awkward.
Such a mess. I just like she was telling the story, and this happened years ago, and like now she's in a new relationship and whatever. But she was like, honestly, I'm telling this story, and like it's funny, and I want you to tell it. But it is like it. Like I could tell she was kind of getting sad. She's like, it's a fucked up story.
Well, yeah. Who the fuck? I feel like
She was like, I was a little traumatized. Like
no, like how no matter how like you know, like how deep, not how deep, how out of the relationship you are, you know, by now, it's like that's still something that's gonna like. I feel like if that happened to me, I would be fucked up for a while.
Absolutely.
Like trust issues to the max.
Because like I've been cheated on, but I didn't like watch it
witness
happen.
it. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's next, like, and witness it in such a fucked up way.
Right. Like shout out to the fucking girls that like walk in on their man cheating. Like when that shit happens.
I would never
like,
trust again.
Oh my God. I would
I
never
have
trust
issues
again.
to this day.
Right.
And that didn't happen to me. Like so crazy. But I also love Christina's confession.
Oh,
that
this
she
is
got.
so fucking weak.
This girl's your friend, right?
She is. She's one of my really good friends. One of my like actually she's like one of my like OG YouTube friends.
Okay.
Like she was there since the very beginning actually. And she ended up sending me this confession that I was literally crying over. I'm trying to pull it up. There we go. So listen to this. This girly she
Girly
goes
pop.
What?
Girly pop.
Miss Girly Pop goes, I faked a flight out of LA to get out of dating a man that I didn't want to confront. Okay, cool. But here's the rest of this story that makes it crazy. Committed. She goes, I walked out of my house with a whole empty suitcase while he was over and made him drive me to the airport. We never talked again, obviously, and I had to buy myself an Uber home.
It's the empty suitcase for me.
It's the the dedication.
It's the dedication for me.
You gotta think, too. She had to have been like, yeah, I have a flight at 7 p.m. Terminal 5, JetBlue. Like, plant, like, you gotta really commit to that.
Yeah, she probably looked up a real flight.
Right.
Oh my.
I was like, oh my God, yeah, departs at this time. Like, I gotta go. Like, when I got this DM from her, I like
wow,
my jaw dropped.
Queen behavior.
Jaw dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, imagine.
Just
imagine. That's it. That's the end.
That's
I
it.
have no other. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Obviously, yeah. Said they never spoke again, but
that's one way to do it.
Right.
Okay.
That is
girl.
a one way
you.
to get out of it. Not only fake a flight, empty suitcase to the airport. Bye. Have a safe flight. Meanwhile, she's waiting 10 minutes and getting an Uber home.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. What a sis.
Yeah,
You're
I know
great.
you all have a toxic confession. I know you all have
Come
one.
on,
so send
we
it
need
to us.
the bad, the dirty,
Send
the
me
petty.
I want some fucked up shit.
Right, like
I want some crazy. I want some shit where I'm like, Christina, I don't know if we can say that, and you're like, hell yeah, we gonna say it.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
We're
like
definitely gonna say it.
those two stories were awesome, but like, don't get me wrong, I want some fucked up
Right,
shit.
we want some fucking tea. Like, did you?
We sound insane.
Right, we sound crazy.
Give
but
me
we're
your trauma.
looking for- right,
But like, give it to me
give it to me.
and like entertain people with it.
Right,
That's
it's
a cool
anonymous
thing, like-
anyways.
It's anonymous. It's harmless. We get a laugh. You're
Right.
dealing with your trauma. It's good for everyone.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. All right.
Didn't we do this last episode? I think we did. At
Probably.
the end, we were like, all right, or at some point.
We're like awkward little shits. We're like, okay, so we're like gonna go now.
Yeah, like we
Love
don't
you.
know how to end it, but we're gonna go.
But we're gonna go.
Anyways, thanks for listening.
No
guys.
JoJo concert tonight, sadly.
Unfortunately, I'm going to bed.
I'm
Lily's
still
leaving.
hungover.
Right.
It's 10 p.m. and I'm still hungover.
We
from
had
last
coffee,
night.
we ate, we chugged water. Nothing will beat it but a good night's rest.
Sleepy poo time.
Right. So we're at my apartment right now. So Lily's going to leave. She's going to go to bed.
Thank you guys for listening.
Right.
Love you. Oh my
Exactly.
God. Am I famous yet? Like, what's happening?
It's like, I was going to say, it's like, blah, and then I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good. That was great. So glad you contributed that to the
Right.
outro. All right,
I'm making
everyone.
such a- yeah, all right. I'm getting so tired too that my words are slurring. So good night
Go
or
make yourself
good morning.
a nightcap. Go smoke yourself whatever you need to smoke
Right.
and get a good night's sleep.
get a good night's sleep. Unless you're in the morning.
Yeah, unless it's
listen
like
to this
8
on your
a.m.
morning commute.
Okay, this is when we need to stop the podcast.
Right, because we just go on a little too much.
Jesus
All right, we
Christ.
love you guys.
Love
Thanks so much for
you.
listening. Follow us on social media.
Bye
That's it.
now.
Bye.